I am pretty sure that in news you have heard about that rupee has depreciated against US dollar or it has appreciated against US dollar. So it is very important for us to know that what does currency depreciation appreciation means. Right, so let's start with the currency depreciation first. So currency depreciation refers to decrease in the value of domestic currency. For us it is the rupees in terms of foreign currency. So foreign currency we are considering dollar. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that $1. So earlier $1 is equal to 50 rupees 55, but now $1 is equal to 60 rupees. It means that exchange rate has increased, but actually the value of Indian rupees has decreased in this scenario. So it indicates that the value of rupees in terms of dollars has fallen. So there are two ways to interpret this example. One is earlier using 55 rupees or with 55 rupees we can purchase $1, but now it requires us to pay 60 rupees to purchase 1 unit of dollar. This is the one way. The second way to understand this is earlier $1 can purchase goods worth 55 rupees, but now $1 can purchase goods worth rupees 60. So it means with the same amount of dollar, more goods can be purchased from India. So what will happen? Exports will increase as more goods can be purchased with the same amount of foreign currency, right? So imports are likely to fall and exports are likely to rise. So what does this mean? That there is increase in exchange rate. So it implies price of dollar has increased in terms of Indian rupees. Now currency appreciation. So in appreciation, actually what is happening? The exchange rate is decreasing. Let's look into the definition first. It refers to increase in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. So we have $1 equal to 83 rupees and $1 equal to 82 rupees now, which means now less of domestic currency is required to buy the foreign currency, right? So it makes foreign goods cheaper in domestic currency as more of such goods can now be purchased with the same amount of domestic currency. So it leads to increase in imports and exports will decrease. Earlier by selling goods worth rupees 83, Indian seller gets $1, but now by selling goods of 82 rupees they would get $1. So for foreign consumer our goods becomes costlier. As a result exports will fall, but imports will increase. Why? Because now paying 82 rupees we can purchase goods of $1. So the dollar becomes cheap. The value of rupees in terms of dollar has risen. So when I am saying currency depreciation, it actually means the exchange rate has increased, but the value of Indian rupees has decreased. And when I am saying currency appreciation, it means the exchange rate has decreased, but the value of domestic currency, that is rupees in terms of dollar, has risen, right? Now we need to know about the devaluation and the revaluation, and before diving into that we need to know about the floating and the fixed rate system. So in our earlier example we mentioned that the exchange rate has decreased or increased, but why does it happen? So going back, so when the value of dollar is equal to 55 Indian rupees and it changed from 55 to $60, what does that mean? So which means that demand for dollar has increased in the foreign exchange market, due to which dollar becomes expensive. And what does currency appreciation means? It means the demand for dollar has decreased, so the dollar becomes cheap. So now coming back to the floating and the fixed rate system. So fixed rate system, in that system exchange rate for a currency is fixed by the government. So the government decides the exchange rate, and in the floating rate system exchange rate is determined by forces of demand and supply of different currencies in the foreign exchange market. Now what the devaluation and revaluation mean? So devaluation refers to reduction in the value of domestic currency by the government, which means that devaluation takes place under the fixed exchange rate system. So it occurs when exchange rate is increased by government. So this makes domestic currency cheaper. So why does government do that? To make goods more competitive, as now more goods can be bought using $1, so domestic goods is cheaper for foreign buyers. Now what is revaluation? It is increase in the value of domestic currency by government. So the exchange rate actually decreased here. What will happen? Imports will rise, exports will decrease. So this action of government makes domestic currency costlier, so imports becomes cheaper here.